We are back with the FITAID Morning Show. I am Kenny Santucci, your host, and we are here with our very own FITAID athlete, CrossFit Games athlete, 6 times over, correct? Very accomplished athlete. There's a lot that you guys don't know about her, and we're going to dive into that. But first, we can't ignore the big elephant in the room. Emily, what happened to your foot?
So I made it through the hardest games day ever, which was on Wednesday. Proud of that, at least.
And you got something to show for that, correct? You want to show the camera?
Oh, yeah. I have some gnarly road rash. It's all taped up, though.
Oh, okay.
It might gross some people out.
I saw it. It was aggressive.
But, yeah, was doing really well in the bike event, and then till I was laying on my back on the concrete. And then completed the marathon row. But then we moved on to Friday, and the first event yesterday was called Battlegrounds, and it was during the obstacle course. I dropped from a wall into the sand, and my foot turned the wrong direction and dislocated.
We saw a couple athletes do that. I know even Matt Frazier fell. One of the other guys, I think Vellner fell. A couple guys took a beating on that cargo net. Was there something wrong with it? I mean, you got all these high-level athletes kind of eating shit on this. What happened?
Yeah. I mean, we were all fairly comfortable with the obstacle course because we had done the same obstacles last year, but we have never done it with a weight vest, so I'm assuming that that was kind of like the main factor.
Yeah. So what are the doctors saying?
Yeah. So it dislocated on the course, and then it popped back in, and then after that I kind of didn't know what to do because I was able to put pressure on it. So I kind of asked the medical staff, I'm like, can I keep going? But
of course. Typical.
But then the next thing was the cargo net, so like it really was not a smart idea. They were like, your foot was just facing the opposite direction. So I went back to the medical tent. They said, you know, if we carry you off the field, your CrossFit Games are over. We just need to let you know that. So it's kind of like a really emotional moment.
Yeah, so give me what's going through your head right now, because you've mentioned that you were saying this was going to be your last one.
Yeah, so I mean, I was prepared to be done on Sunday regardless. So, I mean, being done on Friday, it's only 2 days early, but it is like, it felt very anticlimactic because it was just like, nobody really knew what happened. I was carried off in a golf cart.
Yeah.
But they did, like, they brought me out on the floor last night and kind of like let me thank the fans and all that. So I felt good about that, and like I feel at peace with being done.
So you're completely, there's no way you're turning back. You're not like, I'll give it one more try. I'll wait till I'm a Masters.
No, I'm sticking to my decision. Even though last night there was lots of people chanting 1 more year.
Yeah. So could you give me some background as to why you were like, all right, this is it. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I'm moving on.
So this is my 8th CrossFit Games season, but I've been competing since I was 7 years old in gymnastics. So technically, I've been competing for, I guess, about 24 years. Non-stop.
You rolled right in from collegiate sports into CrossFit?
I had a few years in between gymnastics and CrossFit.
Okay.
But I would say my training age is pretty high, maybe compared to other people, or I don't know. I just feel like...
You would never know because you're...
Okay, well, that's good.
You look great. I mean, so keep it up.
So I, am close to the fittest I've ever been, but my body does feel very old some days.
Yeah.
So that's a big contributor. You go into the CrossFit Games, like back in 2014, my main goal was to win. And then, you have a lot of experiences along the way, and kind of you try to find life balance with training. So ultimately my goal was maybe not to win the CrossFit Games and just to do the best that I could. Mm-hmm. So going into last year's games, I was kind of going to make the decision based on how it went, whether I would be done or whether I would try it again. On the last day of the games last year, Ben and I kind of turned to each other and were like, one more time? So, I mean, the last day of the games last year was like, this is it.
Yeah.
One more year.
Yeah.
And this year seemed very long.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So knowing that you're going to give this your last attempt, right? Did you change up your training? Were you doing more volume? What were you doing in preparation for you being like, all right, this is my last go at it. I'm going to really hammer it home.
We still tried to give it like a really good go, but just my training volume is much lower than it used to be just because I have to stay healthy.
Yeah.
So that is kind of like #1 priority is like take it day by day and see how my body feels. And so it's not always that we were doing everything that I wanted to be doing. And then, in the meantime, if you had a bad day, it was kind of like in the back of my head, my biggest fear was not even making the games and then having to deal with that disappointment, but still knowing that I was going to be done. So it was a big relief and accomplishment making it back here. But I still wanted to do the best that I could this
time
game.
around.
So yeah, like, I don't know. It is a disappointment to be done, but I don't like regret it or feel like I have anything left to fulfill.
Was the intention to kind of be this high-level athlete when you first started, or did you get into it for fun?
No, when I first started, I literally just did it to like lose some college weight and like be a little healthier.
Yeah.
I would say about 6 months in, I realized that it was something I could be good at.
Yeah.
And then about 1 year in, I was like, okay, I should probably get serious. I should probably start like working out on the weekends and like going out a little less. And so at that time, I was like, I want to make the games. And that was when I think I watched the games for the first time in 2011.
2011?
Yeah.
Well, I got to say, you are handling this like a champ.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very impressive. I'd be devastated. But you are second to none, class act, awesome champion. We wish you the best of luck with everything else.
Thank you.
And if they want to find you on social media, if they live under a rock and they're not following you already.
Instagram's at Emily Bridgers. I just hit 200K today.
Wow.
Games goal.
Very nice. That's pretty good. That's a good finish, right? Cool. Anything you want to say to the fans?
No, thank you guys for everything. This has been an awesome journey, and I'm not going anywhere.
If you haven't subscribed to the FITAID YouTube channel, now's your chance. Do it right now. Check it out. We got a lot of great content up there, from Sarah Sigmundsdottir to stuff at the games to Q&As with some of the best people in the business. Check it out. Grab yourself a FITAID and keep smiling.